Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Joyce and welcome back to Forever Stranded. In the last episode, we went to space. We took the rocket to space, we set up our space station, and, well, was trying to get things working and all that kind of fun stuff when these guys didn't work. And I now know why. Don't worry, I understand. And we just need to make a couple of things. There's a couple of things that I wasn't entirely sure how they worked. I did my research, found it out, and we're ready to just kind of continue. So before we do that, we need to make a bunch of stuff. First thing that I want to do is kind of weird. I want to make some advanced machine structures. Now these require titanium rods and titanium plates. So let's get some titanium. We're going to want... see, some titanium rods. So I think 1, 2, 3. Is it plates that we're also gonna need? Yeah, we're gonna need 4 plates, so we're gonna need 8 plates. Anyways, so I guess are you on gear mode? I guess we'll just do plates through here. Right, this doesn't have power. I forgot about that part. So there's 2 rods. So if we want plates, is there another way we can get it? No, we're gonna have to upgrade power. Let's see, can we do that? So, Ender energy cables, can we get like another set of those? Sure can. We are running very low on glowstone, actually. And that is something we will be able to fix in due time, but it's going to take a little bit of time before we can properly fix that, unless we wanted to set up something else to do so. And I don't know that I want to. We could set up another mob factory, or we could set up a mob spawner with witches. Restored mob spawner. That is difficult to say for some reason. With witches would give us what we need. Can we make one more set of these? Yes, we can. Cool. We're gonna take our time with this. It's fine. Let's see. This is something we can go ahead and power up so that it works just fine. And then continue our... You know what? Let's just use the lathe. So we'll do this. And we'll replace these back. And we'll get a lot of this stuff set up later, because I don't really feel like doing it right now, but we just need to go through here. Cool. So that should give us there is the 5 titanium rods that we need, and it's going to make sense why we're doing this here in a moment, but we'll get there. So bear with me while we make the rest of the stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, really? Really? Okay. Well, I guess one more set of these, and we'll be good to go. So, what are we doing? Well, we're going to make these advanced machine structures, and you'll see why here in a second. But today, we're going to make the solution to the telepads, which is the coordinate selector. That's something we need. We're going to start working on the oxygen vent and CO2 scrubber, which we need in order to get air on our space station. We're going to build up the space station some more today, so that'll be fine. And this should start working now. Okay, so there is another iron sheet, and we need 8 of these guys, so it'll take a second, but it will get done. So that's fine. So, let's put that away, let's put those away, let's put that away. Do we want to put any more power lines? That one can go there. And I guess let's start moving things this way. And that'll work. Alright, so do we have all 8 titanium plates? Perfect. So the first thing we're going to make is these advanced machine structures. Now, we only need to make 1 recipe of these ever, and that's great because they're expensive. So why would we waste our titanium on this stuff when we don't really need it? If we take a look at what it's used for, I don't even know what it's used for, to be honest. Railguns, space elevators, And that's about it. So things I don't really care about. But we're going to take 4 of these guys. And we're going to go to our lava. And this seems weird, right? Well, it is. And I just lost one of my lavas. Or one of my cobblestones. That's fine. We're going to break all these. We're going to put this down. And if we put this here and put an advanced machine, it makes lava very, very, very quickly. 240 millibuckets per tick. That is, or per second rather. That is kind of insane. So that is what we're going to be doing to get lava. Just those. And that's why we wanted to make that. So the reason we want to do that is to get basically as much netherrack as humanly possible. Because, well, with our orchid in place in the garden cloche, we have a ton of redstone. I mean an actual ton of redstone. We have 4 stacks of blocks. That's kind of a lot. So this is actually so much speed that our cobblestone generator can't keep up. So we need to upgrade this guy. Or is it this? It's this. We'll need some speed upgrades. Which, how are we doing for grid power? We have 32 plus a little bit more. What else is using grid power? I don't actually know. I mean, that has a speed upgrade, so we could put a speed upgrade in here. Or, you know what? Let's not be cheap anymore. We're going to get rid of that, and let's use some conduits. So, conduits are a bit faster. Should work a little bit better. And I believe that they'll still work just fine. So let's just break all this. And I'm assuming this will work. So extract, always active. Insert. Yeah, cool. So this should give us just an absolute ton of lava. And so the idea behind this is we're going to try to get as much lava as possible so we can make as much netherrack as we want. We have 2,000 redstone, and we can get a lot more pretty easily. So netherrack is not going to be an issue, and more netherrack means let's make 500. That'll take a little bit of time, but we'll get there. And that means more titanium. The next thing I want to work on before we go out magnetizing. Before we go back out into space, we want a magnet, and we're going to make the actual additions magnet. It's relatively cheap. It's just going to require a ring. It's going to require redstonia and, alright, an iron. So 1, 2, and iron times 4. Nothing too difficult there. Throw that on the ground, laser it. And that should be the ring of magnetization. And it is, magnetizing, whatever. We can charge that up. And that will help with magnet stuff. So, another thing off the list. So, once we get into space, we're going to want to make a airlock door. This is pretty easy. We're just going to need some steel. 6 steel. And we just need to get this stuff into the rolling machine. And that'll do its magic. So, we'll come back to that in a second. So, the other thing we're going to need another CO2 scrubber. So, we're going to need more iron bars. We're going to need more of a lot of things. But we need the CO2 scrubber. Steel fan. So, we're going to need more steel. So you know what, let's grab a stack of iron and coal. That's redstone furnace, induction furnace, pulverizer, and let's go ahead, output, input. And we're going to get some steel. So nothing major there. We just need more steel. So in order to make a sealed environment in the space station, we are going to need to do a couple of things. One, we're going to need not only to have, why do we have 6? Oh, right, I did 6, that's why. We're going to have not only a sealed environment, which we can use glass. I have a bunch of materials in here to build with, plus some other things for power and whatnot, and the beginnings of the warp core, which we'll get to in a second. But we also need to have, well, air. In order to get air, we can use an oxygen vent with 2 CO2 scrubbers. The oxygen vent needs power, I believe, but the CO2 scrubbers don't. I had thought that we only needed 1 of those. If we have 2, we don't need to produce any oxygen outside of that. And it works in a 32 radius, well, yeah, it works in a 32 block radius, I think, which is pretty major. So we're going to want a door, so a small airlock door, just to get in and out. I don't know if that needs redstone signal, so let's take a lever or 2 just in case. And we're going to take that with us. Alright, so cleaning up the inventory a little bit. And then we're also going to want to make another CO2, so we're going to need a motor. We're going to need 2 motors, 2 steel fans. We're going to need a good bit of steel. So I believe each of these motors require 2 plates. So let's see, 6 plates there plus 8 plates should get us everything we need. And then we're going to need the liquid fuel tank, which we should already have. We're going to need another carbon brick. That's easy enough. And while we're waiting for that to all craft, let's go ahead and make the coordinate selector. As you can see, it's pretty easy. We just need to make a compass. And then I believe we can start using it. So first thing we're going to want to do, we need paper. Right. Forget about that part. So if we right click this block, we can put home base, and this is the destination. So for example, can we put this in here? Aha, so the dialing device allows us to do things. Otherwise we can put this in here and it will always send us there. So we'll have to go back up to our space station. We'll find a place to put the stuff down, and we're going to make the space station a lot nicer. But the home base will allow us to go back down here with the telepad, and then we'll get the coordinate selector for up there so that we can go back up there. We'll put that to the dialing device and it should be fine. So actually pretty simple stuff. It's just a matter of getting it all taken care of. So we're going to need 2 motors, and we're going to need 2 steel fans. Of course, we're going to need another steel rod. Let's get more coal. And the steel rod we'll just do in the lathe, because why not? It should be pretty quick and easy. And yeah, so a lot of work to just get back up to the space station. We're going to build it out today. We're going to, I'm going to take up a builder's wand. If we don't already have one, we'll make one type of thing. Shouldn't be a problem either way. And there's the other steel fan. So we should be able to make another CO2 scrubber and an oxygen vent. Nope, we need more stuff. So we're gonna need 2 more steel plates and 2 more steel, or 2 more crafts of the steel rod. So the scrubber will go up with us. Let's get some more energy conduits. Having extra of those is not a bad idea. So let's get like 20, so that's like 3 crafts worth. and we should be good to go. So then the last thing we're going to want to do, okay. So the last thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make the warp core itself. Now we can't build the machine. We need 15 blocks of titanium for that. However, we can at least start getting like some work done. We can make the actual multi-block and start building it up on the space station as best we can. So it's not that big of a deal. Let's get the oxygen vent. There we go. So that'll give us oxygen on our space station. Let's eat. And yeah, warp core. So this is the warp core recipe. We need steel plates, and I think that's the only thing. Oh no, we need a copper coil. So actually nothing difficult. And we need 2 steel plates. So we'll get that taken care of in just a second. And get back to space. So the warp core requires a bunch of things. The warp core block, obviously, 15 titanium blocks, 2 blocks of gold, an input hatch, and a machine structures times 4. So nothing too difficult there. Let's get 2 more stacks of coal. We'll put the one in there for now and get the other one going. So warp core. Do we need the warp controller? We might. I don't know. That's something I didn't look up. So, you know what? I'm going to look that up real quick. And see if we do need it. Now we're also going to want a lot of dilithium crystals. So we're going to want to come down here, and I think I was doing this before. Input hatch, crystallize a bunch of these dilithium crystals. And I don't know how many we're going to need, but we're going to take a lot. So yeah, as you can see, I also have some metal blocks just in case I want to use them. And we have a lot of things on our person. So do we need... I think we do need the warp controller. So, and you know what? It's not that expensive. Let's go ahead and make it just in case. So we're going to need a user interface. You need 2 of these. So that's going to require what? Copper. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll sag mill that. We're going to need some more steel plates for those. And we'll just see what happens. We'll power it and all that kind of stuff. There is a lot of information about advanced rocketry online, but there's also not at the same time. It's sparse at best sometimes, and that's a little bit of a pain for me. I kind of dislike that, but it is also kind of whatever it is. So we need a silicon wafer. How much of this stuff do we have? Alright, we have a silicon wafer. We're going to need redstone block. And what else? Just a piece of gold. Okay. Simple enough. And we should have space in there. Cool. So we'll just come down here. This guy gets all of those things, and then we cut it and call it a day. So we're going to make the warp controller just in case we need it. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal, but we're not quite ready to like build the warp core itself and start traveling to other planets, but we're getting close. The biggest thing is we just have to wait on more titanium, and titanium is slow. Just because the only way I can tell to get it is through Netherrack. Now we're going to try something. I'm going to try something between episodes. I'm going to make a creative world, and I want to just see something. There is a quarry that we can make from extra utilities. The quantum quarry, which is very, very, very much doable. It's just a matter of whether or not it's going to help. And this mines blocks from a hypothetical dimension and all that kind of fun stuff. It requires a lot of power. That's not a big deal. We're not really using a lot of our power, so who cares? But the thing is I don't know if it will work the way I think it will. So that's the question. So let's grab all this stuff. Netherrack. We have 200. So let's go ahead, pop down here, and get that started sifting. So a little over 3 stacks, almost 4 stacks. And I guess, let's see, we probably need to refuel. Yeah, refueling would probably be a good idea. So let's refuel. And one of these days, I think, right, ender conduits. We have these. Can we hook up this guy yet? Well, we could, but that'd be pretty much all of the stuff we have. So you know what? We're gonna stick the buckets in here, and I believe this has plenty of hydrogen and oxygen in it currently. What is making noise? Okay, whatever. So hopefully we can... Oh, it's the crystallizer. Hopefully we can get everything we need. But let's go ahead and... let's get this going. Let's head back to the space station. Yeah, no. We need more rocket fuel. Like, that's something we can't risk. I don't want to be stranded up there without anything. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's grab some wood. And let's go ahead and finish this guy off. The crystallizer doesn't have any more power. There you go. So I don't know if we need to have power to both plugs. I honestly doubt it. So is that good enough? That is good. Well, it can only reach half power. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Let's make more. How much more glowstone do we have? By the way, I changed that to a yellow lens so that we would start getting more glowstone. How much glowstone do we have? We have a little bit. So let's get some ender. More conduits. Can we get 100? It's gonna take a while, but we can. Alright, so I think that is a good excuse to finish this off. And yeah, I want to get this full of all the stuff we need. We can also finish this off, hopefully. At least get close. 5. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Easy. Okay, so with that taken care of, I think most of our base is back, hooked back up to power, other than this guy, which is not going to sit there when I'm done with everything. So that should be fine. Alright, so we can dump that in. What is it currently doing with the energy conduits? Making a bunch of energetic alloy. So that's the biggest thing that we needed a lot of. Netherrack, we have another basically stack of it. So let's go ahead and dump that in there. Does it actually grind up all of that? Yeah, I guess it split it up. Okay, fair enough. So here's the question. How much titanium do we have? Not much, but it hasn't sifted much yet, so we'll get there. So once we have a little bit more ender, there we go. Put that back in there. We'll put the wood in there as well. And then rocket fuel is the next thing. That's going to take some time. Do we risk it? I really do think that the stuff is going to work. So let's just take a single thing of rocket fuel. And we'll risk it. Worst case scenario, we put all of our stuff in a chest. This is why I'm taking the wood. And jump off the cliff. So, or I guess jump back to Earth. Or whatever this planet is. Whatever. Let's go to space. So we are full up on oxygen. We have basically everything we need. And so we just need to go up there and take care of some stuff. I forgot the building wand. Oh well. That's something we can deal with. So, yeah. Back to space. And you know what? This is going to take a few minutes, so why don't we cut here? So I will be right back. Alright, so that took a few minutes to get back. We are almost out of fuel, so that is a little bit of a concern. But you know what? Right here is where we're going to hit our coordinate selector. And we're going to say space station. Perfect. So I want to make this block special. So for right now, I guess let's just put, I don't know, let's chisel it. Can't we? There we go. So that is where we'll come back in. Now we should be able to do this. Space station, that's the wrong one. So we should be able to do this, home base, and tell this to teleport to the home base. But before we do, let's get some stuff set up. So we're going to want power. We're going to put power here. We're going to basically put things around. Now, I don't like how this is set up right now. One, the rocket is way too close to where we want to be. And so I'm going to probably end up building this out a little bit. But I'll probably do a lot of the building off camera. You guys don't want to see that. So this has scrubbers. I'll put another scrubber there. Oxygen vent. And if we click this, redstone control normal. We need power to it. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's put that back in there. I want to see airlock door. So we can't just open that. Okay, so this is going to be a problem in stuff. Oh, right. I made a magnet for a reason, and I left it back at home. Of course. Okay, so what we're going to do for this is just it's very simple, but that should work. Now we have coal. We can go ahead and start burning coal. Which will make a good bit of power. And we're going to use this power immediately to power this. So this should be getting power. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong with that, but I will figure something out. So what do we need to do? Well, I need to head back home, so let's head back home. So dialing device, enter target, home base, teleport. And we are right back home. Awesome. Alright, so that's what I was hoping. And now here's the question. How much stuff does it require? Alright, so we're going to keep these in here. The coordinate selector shouldn't matter as much. So we'll just we'll put the coordinate selector back away. Let's get our ring of magnetization. And what else do we need to get? So what do we need? Pressure plates would probably be the best way to handle the airlock door. But yeah, so we should be able to, we stand on here, space station, teleport. instantly teleports. So I don't know how much, it's a good bit of power that it requires. But how much do the void? It's 50. Alright, that's actually really nice. So we will make more of that eventually, but we'll put some in here. And that's just going to be the storage. So if we break this, one, it will go basically right back into our inventory. Put this here. And perfect. So I want to grab this out of there, put that away. So we now have the ability to teleport back and forth. The oxygen vent, I don't know why. Redstone control disabled. So maybe do something like that. And I believe there's modules that we could get. Oh, I don't know what they're called. There is got to be mass detector, composition, biome changer, ore scanners, solar panels. These are used for power and stuff like that. And satellites, I think, require some of that stuff. But basic lens, jackhammers, seal detector. I don't know how to make that. Alright. So basically, at this point, what do we need to do? Well, we need to expand this, build out from here, and start working on getting the actual, like, core. So I brought some other blocks to build with, aluminum and titanium alamide. And I was thinking, let's go ahead and do something like this. So I think I want the titanium alamide. And we're going to have something like that. I think I'm going to push this farther back. This might be the location for, like, I don't know. I think I just want to expand this direction a lot more than I currently have. But I'm going to make this, I'm going to try to make this look vaguely like spaceship-ish. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided too much yet. But we can always change the coordinate if we wanted to. But I really think moving this forward would probably be the best. So putting the pressure plates here and having the door. So that's going to require picking this up. So hopefully we can grab everything out of there. Now these seem to be working. But I don't know. I don't know if I trust taking the helmet off. So let's just go back home. I think we have to be on here. And definitely going to make this a little bit taller because it's very clustered, claustrophobic. There we go. Currently. So, do we have a wand of some sort? No. So let's make a wand, and then we'll go from there. So I'd like to have an unbreakable wand. Oh, that's easy enough. There we go. Cool. So what this is going to allow us to do is kind of build out. So if we have, let's do something simple. So cobblestone. We can build on top and on the sides and all sorts of things. There's button configurations so that you can lock which side you can build on, and it's all good. So I will tell you guys what, I am going to do a little bit of work between episodes, making the space station kind of, well, decent, and next time I'm going to hopefully have all the titanium we need. We're getting plenty of netherrack, so that's not an issue anymore. It's just a matter of processing it all and getting enough titanium so that we can actually, you know, do stuff. And yeah, next time, like I said, we will kind of work on, I'll see what the module is for the helmet to see what, like, what's that wand? Ender offset one. Okay, whatever. I will see what module it is that lets us kind of see if there's a seal. I'll see if we can make the seal detector, if that's what we need to make or what, but kind of the idea is next time we are going to try really hard to finish up the space station and all that kind of fun stuff. Get the warp core. There's like sand particles over there. I wonder if it was a storm that was just diverted. But anyways, I'm going to go work on the building of the space station. And next time we will hopefully make the warp core and travel to another planet, question mark. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!